Why, hello there. Very late actually, it's about 11 o'clock in the evening. But I've been busy, sort of doing nothing really, but busy anyway. So I have made myself a little list of what I want to tell you. First of all, I'm having a drink, which is a little bit of gin and a lot of what I thought was bitter lemon. Because in actual fact it is lemonade and it's very bitter, but it's not bitter lemon. But hey ho, I'll drink it anyway. So first of all, what have I been doing? Oh, I bought some patterns. Bought some patterns off Etsy. And in actual fact, when they arrived, well, they are proper patterns and not PDFs that you have to print out. So I'm quite pleased about that. That one came from eBay. I think I've shown you that one before. Oh, shine. How can I stop the shine? There you go. It's in Aaron, that one. So that's another one for another time, another place, yeah. Now, these are the ones I've bought. This one I made many years ago. It's actually supposed to be done in mohair done double. But I didn't do it in mohair done double, and I can't remember what I did it in. So it's going to have to be a bit of trial and error and actually doing a test swatch, which I never ever do, but I think I need to. I made it in actually a brown fleck, and I did wear it for ages. But of course, you know, I mean, I'm talking way back when I was in my 20s. This one I made when I was a teenager, and I spotted this pattern again on Etsy. Thought I must have it. I made it for the first time in this gorgeous lilac colour, and it was in Peyton's Big Ben, for those of you who are my generation who might actually remember it as Big Ben. Then I made it again in red, but I can't remember what it was, some kind of red chunky. But it wasn't a particularly good red chunky, and it fluffed up like the mad. So anyway, I went in the shed. Yes, I went in the shed. Freezing cold, didn't stay in there, came straight out again. I have a heater in there, but by the time the heater would have warmed up, it would have been time to come out anyway. But the only colour I could find enough of was the Peyton's Trentino Chunky, which I don't know where I got this from. Sort of like a jade colour. It's kind of not one of my colours, but I thought I'll try the pattern out first before I branch out. As you know, I'm trying not to buy more wool yarn, trying not to. Anyway, I started it. I don't know whether you can see it because it's all bunched up on the needle. Let me see if I can spread it a little bit. It's got quite a lot of cables on it. You're not going to see it very well, are you, until I do a bit more of it. But that's what it's turning out to be like. That's all I've done tonight. It's 8 rows to the pattern, and I've done 2 lots of 8 rows. I've done the 16. So it's, oh, let me see if I can spread it. It's twist stitches and cable stitches and everything. I'm sure you'll be able to see it better. Maybe I will have done a little bit more on tomorrow night's live, and I'll be able to show you then. Maybe. Who knows? You know, it depends what I'm doing tomorrow, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's what I was doing, yeah. I told you I made it when I was young, and yeah, I went in the shed. It was freezing in the shed. Absolutely freezing. I only went in to find my needles and to find some wool. All I could find was wooden needles, which I'm not very keen on using, these wooden ones. They're not bamboo, they're just wooden, and they don't give, you know. But it's for the ribbing, so I struggled. And then I found the other plastic ones. I couldn't find the number 1 needles that I needed, so I had to find the number 8 needle. But in any case, you know, being an old-fashioned pattern, the bust size was 34 to 38. And as you can see, I'm a little bit more than a 38. But I managed to scale it up to the next size, which would have been like the 40. And of course I'm on a bigger needle, so that should give me plenty of sort of give, yeah. So, oh, a lady contacted me. If you're that lady, I do apologise. A lady contacted me wanting to buy one of my jumpers, my sweaters. Well, cardigan actually, one in granny squares. And she's in Canada, I think. I read the message from her, but can I find it? I can't find it anywhere. So if it was you, I do apologise for not getting back to you, because it was one of my off days where I wasn't feeling too clever. And I can't find the message. So if you'd like to repeat it to me in a private message on Facebook or something, I can't find it. And I know you sent it to me, asking about it, you know, a question about it, and I can't find you. So I do apologise. If it was you, I can't find your message. Yeah. Well, I went out yesterday for the first time. Felt a little bit better. I went to see my friend at the cafe. It was cold, it was freezing, but it didn't rain. It didn't rain, so. But I have got a bit of good news to tell you. I rang up on Wednesday because I thought I'll give the scooter man all over Christmas. I won't mind him because, you know, there's nothing much you can do over Christmas, New Year. So I rang him up on Wednesday, and I was there like I was going to get all guns blazing, you know, like rah, 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 rah. So he picked up the phone and went, "Oh, hi, Janet." He said, "I was just going to ring you." He said, "I've got good news." He said, "I can bring a couple of scooters on Monday for you to have a look at. Hopefully I can leave one with you." So hopefully the big Pope-mobile, the swaying monster, will be gone. I only hope that the next person who gets it is deaf, doesn't hear the squeaking, and also doesn't have spinal issues, because believe me, it didn't feel as though it had any springs, that one. Every time I went over a bump, it jarred right up my spine, right to my neck. And as you know, I've got ankylosing spondylitis, which in other words means your spine's dropping to bits. But, so every time I go over a bump, it just jars, you know, all the way up, and it's not pleasant when you have to spend the rest of the next day lying supine, you know, with the hot pads and stuff to get rid of the pain. So, you know, I'm not whinging, I'm not moaning, it's a cross I have to bear. There's lots of people got other things wrong with them, etc., etc. But you just try to make your life a bit easier, don't you? So the thought of keeping that scooter for the next 3 years, jarring my spine like it did, was not an option, if you know what I mean. Not when you're paying so much money a month for it. You want some comfort in your life, don't you? You know? Can't do anything about my spine, can't do nothing about it. End of story. Although I am swapping doctors. So in the new year, I know that I can't have any more ops on my spine. I know that's out of the question. But I would like to see an orthopaedic bloke again to see about pain management. Because I'm not on any kind of pain meds at the minute. Well, not regular. Because I don't like the doped up feeling, you know, the taking, you know, opioids or whatever they're called. I don't like that feeling. So I'm hoping that there must be something else that I can tolerate, if you know what I mean, without feeling like, I mean, I'm like that enough as it is. I can fall asleep like a drop of a hat on the chair, but yet when I get in bed I can't sleep at all. Ironic. Either I can't sleep at all when I get in bed, or I zonk out and sleep 12 hours. There's no pattern, no pattern to it at all. Mind you, you know, this kind of weather, what's the point in getting up? You know, I sort of open an eye, go to the bathroom, look outside, see the rain and think, toss that for a tail. I'm going back to bed. And I do. I think I'm getting used to the bitterness of that. It's bitter, but it's sweet at the same time. Oh, hello. Somebody's sending me a message. Right, scooter news. Yeah, went out for the first time to you. I've been doing the family photos. I've only done one side of the family. I don't know whether I told you that before. I've done the Butterworth side of the family, which is my mum's side, and I'm happily reuniting quite a few people with photos of their dads and mums that they didn't have. So I'm glad, because, you know, what's the point of me hanging on to them if they belong, you know, to the relevant people who perhaps kind of don't have the photos, which they didn't, as it turns out to be. So I'm reuniting quite a few photos with the relevant people, which is good. What else have I been doing? Well, I'm actually thinking of buying a laptop or a tablet, but not an expensive one. Purely just to do, more photos of my crochet, because I'm trying to sell it, you know, going to go, yeah, got to go. So it's kind of like a chicken and an egg, really. I could do with selling the crochet to have the money to buy the laptop, but hey, not going to happen, is it, So I thought, well, if I have a laptop or even a tablet, I can prop it up somewhere. Because my mobile phone's, it's not a good one. It's not a brilliant one. It's only one of those Android. It doesn't do singing and dancing tricks. And I don't propose to buy a better one. Because I'm not going into a contract, because all I do is send messages really on it, yeah. So I would like a tablet of some description. Many said she thinks a tablet would be suitable for me, rather than a laptop, because laptops are so expensive. And it's not like I haven't got a PC, because I've got the big PC behind me there, which is nothing wrong with it at all. It's very elderly, and my son keeps saying, oh my God, get into the 21st century, mother, But it does me, My motto kind of thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, But a tablet or a laptop would make me able to take it out to the shed, perhaps, and I could get the signal out there, which I don't know about, but that's another thing I will cross as I get to it. Or at least have it in my bedroom, and I can watch things, except at the moment I'm only watching things on this, which is about a 2-inch screen. Or I'm watching things on my, my Kindle, which again the screen's only about that big on the Kindle. So I'd like to be able to, with the old glasses on, I'd be able to see something, yeah. So, yeah. I've been speaking with my niece today, and I was saying to her how much I missed Manchester and different things like that. And she said when her mum moves, she's moving her mum to London. Well, she's not moving her personally, but she's helping her mum to move down to London. So once that's all done and dusted, in February probably, she'll be free, when it's school holidays, for me to go for a week over back into Prestwich of Manchester. So I can't stay with her, because unfortunately she's got stairs that sort of like the north face of the Eiger. So she doesn't want the responsibility of me falling down, yeah. So I'm going to book myself into one of those travel lodges. There's one right in the middle of Prestwich, which would be handy, Take my mobile foldy scooter with me, and get a room in one of those places, which I'll do, B&B or whatever they do. So it'd be nice. I'm going to save up if I can. That's why I need to sell some of my crochet. So I want to go to the shops and find some nice clothes, find a nice pair of trainers, because there's absolutely nothing around here. It's like the desert as far as good clothes shops are concerned, or good shoe shops. There is a good shoe shop actually in Affinity or Freeport, but I like choice, if you know what I mean. Going to Manchester, there is more choice. In the Arndale, there's every shop you could care to mention. Clothes shops galore, shoe shops galore, makeup, everything. Anything you want, you'd get in the Arndale in Manchester. And also, she's going to take me to Bury Market. But hopefully I'll go to Bury Market on the day sort of like I'm coming home, if you know what I mean, because I want to get some fish and some stuff, which I can put in her fridge until I'm ready to come home. But I don't want to clutter her fridge up or her freezer up for days. But it depends, you see, because the market's only open for Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So they're the only days that the market's open. So we'll have to see. Yeah. We'll see what goes on. Yeah. So, yeah. Tonight I've been watching Jane MacDonald on the telly. Now usually I like her programmes, because normally she's cruising. But today she was in Las Vegas, and I'm sorry if you live in Las Vegas or you like Las Vegas. Not for me, not for me. Too glitzy, too big, too whatever, too busy, too show busy. no. It's not a place, if I ever went to America, which I doubt very much, it's not a place I would hanker to go and actually go and visit, you know. I'm not a gambling person anyway, so the casinos and things like that would not interest me at all, no. And I'm far too tight to pay the prices of the shows there, you know, like hundreds of dollars to go and see somebody. She went to see Donny Osmond. You know, I wouldn't, no. Sorry about that, but no. Oh dear, no. She went on like a zip line thing and, oh no. I've been banned anyway from going on anything like that, from my specialist. Anything that would jar my spine. I remember when I came out, you know, just before I came out of the hospital, he said to me, no parachute jumping and no bungee jumping, and I went, you obviously don't know me, because that's not a thing that would be actually on my itinerary. You know, the fact of wanting to bungee jump or jump out of a plane. But anything like that that would jar my spine, he advised me, I can't do it. I can't do anything like that. Not that I would, you know. So zip lining is not kind of, you know, on my list of things to do. I've got a huge list I've made of things to do. It's not a New Year's resolution list, because I don't believe in that, because I get so depressed because I fail. And I don't think you should set yourself up for failure. You should make yourself a list of things that you would like to do, but not resolutions. I will do this, I will do that. Because you make yourself feel such a fool if you don't do them. And you feel like a failure, don't you, if you don't do them, if you have to fail at the first hurdle. You know, like people who say, I'm going to lose 3 stone this year, you know. No, you know. You could put it on your list of things to do, try to lose weight, which is what I would like to do. But I am not setting myself a goal. I am going to lose 3 stone this year, yeah. Because I know. Oh dear. I'll set myself up for failure, I say things like that. Oh, what is there about me and this blooming phone? It's not tweeted at me all evening while I've been sat here watching the telly. Not tweeted at all. But hey, oh no, it has to tweet at me while I'm making a video. As I say, it's a very late video, yeah? Very late indeed. I found one photograph you might find amusing. I don't know whether you can see it or, oh no, you can't see it because it's shining. I'm that one on the end. Oh God, it's showing the telly, it's showing everything here. I'm the one with the long dark hair, with the shoulder strap dangling off trying to look sexy. That was taken, I must have been in my 30s when that was taken. And that was when my husband was calling me fat. Yeah, like, There are certain things in my life that I will not forgive him for. One of them was calling me fat, because I wasn't. And calling me ugly, which, looking back at photographs of myself, I think, you know, you weren't that bad. You weren't that bad at all. You know, wishing I was like that now. But, what else? Have I got anything else? I've got, no more photos of me, I don't think. No, I don't think I've got any more photos of me. Well, I have, but they're not here on my table. My table's got photographs of other things. Oh, you asked me where I got the name Urban Gypsy Crochet from. Those ladies there, dancing, belly dancing, were the Urban Gypsies. They were taken when they were dancing in the park. I wasn't dancing with them, obviously, because I never got to be that good. I never got to be one of the ones that dressed up and just danced like that. But that's where I got my name from, because I longed to be good enough to dance with the troupe, and I never actually ever was. But having said that, I did train with them. That's my claim to fame. I actually did train with them, but was never good enough to actually dance with them. But oh, the telly's showing all over it here. There you go. There they all are. The lady at the front. No, the lady in the green was Katie, the lady who was our trainer. Yeah. I don't know whether she still does it or not now. So that was me many moons ago with my best friend Caroline at the time. Sadly lost touch with, well, I haven't lost touch with her, we're still in touch via Facebook, but that was me with friend Caroline. I've got loads and loads more photographs, but I haven't brought them out yet. Oh dear. All kinds of things. Anyway, tomorrow, I don't know. I think I need to do my roots actually, because I've got really dark roots showing through. I think it's time to have another sheep dip into the blonde. I can't stand it when I get dark roots. I keep saying I'm going to grow it out. I'm going to grow it out. Go grey gracefully. And then it gets like this and I think, no. I'll grow old gracefully another time. Yeah. I'm going to go back to being a blonde again. I'm going to dip my head in the whatever. I can't do it myself. Well, I can do it myself. I'm telling a lie. I do it myself. But I don't do it properly. Hence why I'm losing hair and it's all dropping out. Because I should be doing roots and roots only. And I start off doing roots only, then I get, really fed up after about 2 minutes. Because my attention span is rubbish. And I start just doing it all over my head, which I shouldn't be doing. Because the ends are like frazzled now. They're like more than triple bleached, if you know what I mean. My niece used to do it for me when I lived in Prestwich, but because she lived in Prestwich too. So it was easy for me to ask her to do it. And I can't ask her to come all the way over to Fleetwood just to do my hair, She would if I asked her. But I don't like putting people out, That's not my nature. I mean, people are always saying to me, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask? We would have done with this, we would have done that, we would have done the other for you. I don't ask. I never have. I've always done it myself if I can. If I can't do it myself, I don't do it, if you know what I mean. Or I pay somebody to do it for me. Obviously, decorated and stuff like that, I cannot do anymore. So, if I need anything like that, I'll put my hand in my pocket and I pay for it. Like most people, I'm on a budget, but when you need something doing desperately, you have to find the money from somewhere, don't you? I'm not one that would, rely on people saying, can you just do this for me? Can you just do that for me? No. It's not my nature. I'm not that kind of a person. I will do things for other people if it's within my remit, Obviously these days I can't do things for people. But when I had a car, I was the first one to offer to take somebody to A, B, C, D. First one. Somebody said they can't go shopping because first one to offer was me, yeah. Always was. And yet people say to me, well, why don't you ask? Now it's the other, the shoes on the other foot. Why don't you ask like we used to ask you? And I say, oh no, it's, I don't want to bother you, you're busy or whatever. But I don't know what your sort of attitude is on this, but that's my attitude, is I won't ask. If somebody offers, somebody says, I will help you, I will do this for you, I will help you with that. I mean, I've been waiting for weeks to get this phone sorted out. I've taken it to 2 phone shops and they couldn't sort it. And most people have said that it wants, like things transferring to somewhere else and then the phone wiping back to factory settings and then the stuff putting back. Anyway, my good friend, we couldn't do it on Thursday because the cafe we go to has no internet. Well, it does, but you can't do it properly. So hopefully, if I can get to the library Monday, she'll take her laptop, then she'll do it with me, show me. I mean, if I ask my son and he's going, oh, it tells you what to do, it tells you what to do, why don't you do it yourself? You never want to try anything, do you? He forgets that I'm 77 and I'm not technologically minded. I wasn't brought up with technology like he was. He grew up with, computers. He grew up doing things. I didn't. I never even saw a computer till I was in mid-50s. And even then, the first computer I worked on was at the job centre, and you only worked on certain pre-programmed. You didn't like Google anything, or you didn't wander off onto the internet. You just stuck to the pre-programs that you were allowed to from, the job centre. If you wandered off, you were in dead trouble, It's like the emails. The emails were only for work. If you wandered off and sent them to a friend or something like that, you'd be in dead trouble because you're like violating whatever, I don't know. It's something to do with like your security systems and, the minute you wandered off it was like, big alert, what you're doing. You're using a secure system to send messages to somebody who's not secure, blah, 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 blah. So I never had my own PC for quite a long time, actually. So it took me a long time to even learn how to email and learn how to Google and do anything. I mean, it always amazes me. I actually taught myself to use YouTube, which I don't know how I did. And I taught myself to use Etsy, God forbid. But I'm in the process of taking everything off Etsy, by the way. And I taught myself to use eBay. But things like, like sorting things out with phones and stuff, and sorting things out, it's a complete and utter mystery to me. I've never mastered TikTok or anything like that, never mastered anything like that. Even Instagram, really, I just put pictures on, or, that's about all I do with Instagram. Although I believe I could use it as a selling platform, which that is one of my goals. I must learn to promote myself. I must learn to stop being so reticent, to stop, not describing my things well enough. As I've said many times before, I find it very, very difficult to say, look at this beautiful shawl, isn't it gorgeous? It would go with everything you have, blah, 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 blah. I find it very, very difficult to do that. I can do it with somebody else's. If you said to me, here's a shawl, show it and sell it for me, I'd be going, look at this wonderful shawl, isn't it gorgeous? Look what such a body's made, isn't it fantastic? And she's only asking so much for it. Brilliant, I'd be great at that. But actually selling my own stuff, I'm absolutely rubbish. Yeah, rubbish. If I had enough go in me, I would fill a suitcase and go somewhere with it, to some shops and show my stuff around and see whether somebody would be interested. But it would have to be down south, because up here's got no money. If I went on holiday, if I could, I'd take another suitcase with me and try and sell my stuff to some of the shops, that were down there. Some of the gifty type shops, the boho type shops. I would love to do that, but it'll never happen. It's one of my pipe dreams. I'm sure you have pipe dreams. I'm sure you have things that you would love to do, but you never will. I would love to have even a pop-up shop, but I know I couldn't stand there, couldn't sit there, couldn't stay long enough in one place. I couldn't display it because I haven't got the props anymore. I haven't got the lovely Paris anymore, or the mannequins that you would need to have a pop-up shop. I mean, a friend did ask me would I do one with her, and I said I would. But in the end, she couldn't get a shop in the venue. They were all booked up, or they said they were. But funny enough, there's still empty shops there in the venue. Anyway, that's my signal, as you know, to stop waffling on. And I will see you all tomorrow if you're on the live with me. So I shall speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye now. Happy Friday. Bye.